folks, I am Becky with Enduring Finances. Welcome to my channel. Today we're taking a deep dive into my stock portfolio and all the individual dividends that I earned in the month of July of 2024. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into my overall portfolio breakdown and see how we did as far as market value increases, and then jump into the strategies of how to reinvest the dividends. So let's get into it. Alright, so first off, we can see that we had a pretty decent month as far as a return. We jumped up $1,605.47 for a 4.38% gain in market value, bringing my portfolio balance to $38,231.06. And this is just the money that I have invested in stocks, not the cash that I have sitting in there ready to be reinvested. We can see for the year we are at 14.77% with a gain of $5,140 there, pretty straight across the board. We jumped into 38,000 value for the first time with my portfolio. It is phenomenal. The idea that I'm up that high is kind of mind-blowing, because I remember when I was excited to hit $30,000. Now we're up $8,000 more than that, and we still got time left in the year, so that's awesome. Let's jump into my strategy and see how all the individual sectors are doing and how I try and keep my portfolio balanced and rebalanced every single month. As far as my last month breakdown for June, we are going to focus reinvesting in finance and real estate. We can see that we have my target of what I want the percentage of each portfolio of each sector to be based off of how much money I have overall in my portfolio. It's based off of a moving percentage with that, so it constantly updates as the market value of each one of my stocks, each one of the individual companies, the stocks in my portfolio adjust. And so these are moving numbers constantly. We were down pretty low in finance and real estate. A lot of sectors are below what my target breakdown is, except for tech. Tech is just doing so well. Look at that, 22% of my portfolio when I only want it to be 15%. So we're going to keep rebalancing money into a lot of different sectors to keep that as balanced as possible, especially because tech is one of the lowest dividend earners that I have as far as return, just because a lot of companies that are tech-based are market value increases and not so much dividends. So and that's what we're seeing there. I did do a little bit of reinvesting this month. I purchased 4 different shares in real estate, 1 in ticker symbol RITM and 3 of ticker symbol NLY. Both of those for about $76 there. Besides purchasing new shares of stock, I had a little bit of transition that happened that was outside of my control. A company, WestRock, ticker symbol WRK, was actually acquired by a different company. They did a whole little business deal there, and so I lost the 3 shares that I owned of that stock. I was credited $15 in cash, and then I was grandfathered in to 3 shares of ticker symbol SW, which is the company that they went through this whole acquisition and transition with. And I decided that I did not want to be invested in that company as far as right now. It did not align with the goals that I have for my portfolio, mainly because this company was not giving out a dividend, which is one of the big functions of my portfolio, is to see return of dividend income. So I went ahead and sold those 3 shares of ticker symbol SW at $47.88 a pop for a gain of $143.64 in cash, plus that $15 credit, just how they did their breakdown. I did see a loss from this transaction overall because of when I invested in WRK and the amount of dividends that I earned to the transition. I lost about $100 and some in that. But between purchasing shares and selling those 3, I ended up with a positive cash of $91.23 from that. And then I did something that I have not done in years, and I withdrew $200 in cash from my portfolio as a self-finance loan for moi, so that I can do some transitions with my house, because for those of you who don't know, I am turning my house into a midterm rental property, and I am moving in with my girlfriend, and so we're going through that transition and a lot of other transitions in my life, so I went ahead and pulled out $200 to make it through this last month. My goal is to have that back into the portfolio before the end of the year, so I can see that truly impact there. But for now, that's where we're at. Let's jump over and see how all the market changes and everything else impacted my breakdown as far as my investment strategy. We can see that tech dropped down a little bit. We did see the overall value of the sector itself increase, but we did see other sectors increase as well. As far as August, I'm going to focus on reinvesting in healthcare and materials. Those two sectors are down a lot. Healthcare has just been dropping down, and materials is because that's where we lost those 3 shares. So we lost $150-ish from materials sector itself. That's why we saw a big drop as far as the amount of money that we have invested in that. So, I mean, we're down about $100 in value there just from selling that off. Of course, companies increase price too. So we're going to focus heavily on materials and healthcare as far as reinvesting the cash and the dividends that I am earning back into my portfolio. But we are doing pretty good as far as maintaining these numbers. A lot of them are a little bit under, some of them are more so. But it's just a moving target that we're chasing constantly with that. Let's go ahead and jump into the broad overview of how much dividend income I earned before we get into the individual dividends that I earned. So for the month of July, we earned $118.42 from dividends, and that is just passive income where I'm barely doing any amount of maintenance on my portfolio to see that return. We brought a total 2024 dividend return to $759.68, so pretty good there. We're following that triple effect, so next month will be a little bit lower and then a little bit higher, and then October will be our next big month as far as dividend returns. But that is pretty phenomenal. Let's jump over and see the 23 individual dividends that I earned this month and what they were. Alright, so dividend number 1 coming in on the 1st of July, ticker symbol KO, which is Coca-Cola Company. I earned $7.28 from the 15 shares that I own. The average purchase price for those shares is $49.49, and we're up about 35% in this position for a gain of about $260. And this is one of the bigger companies in my portfolio, coming in at 2.62% overall. And based off of the last portfolio breakdown I did at the beginning of January, the average percent of a company inside of my portfolio is about 1%. That is the average number I'm holding, so anything that is above 1% is a bigger company in my portfolio. But moving right along, dividend number 2 coming in again on the 1st of July is ticker symbol PPL. We earned $3.86 off the 15 shares that I own, and we are up about $24 in this position for a gain of about 5.6%. Dividend number 3 coming in on the 3rd of July is ticker symbol BNDX, which is the Vanguard Total International Bond ETF. We earned 28 cents from the 3 shares of the ETF that I own. Average purchase price for those 3 shares is $51.14, and we are down about 3% in this position for a loss of about $4.60. Dividend number 4 coming in on the 5th of July is ticker symbol DIN, which is Dine Brands Global Incorporated. I earned $1.02 from the 2 shares that I own, and we are down about 56% in this position for a loss of about $91.36. Dividend number 5 coming in on the 5th of July is a Canadian company, ticker symbol QSR, which is Restaurant Brands. We earned 99 cents with the 15% Canadian tax coming out courtesy of my brokerage account. We own 2 shares of the stock. Average purchase price for those shares is $63.82, and we are up about 9.6% in this position for a gain of about $12 and some cents. Dividend number 6 coming out on the 8th of July, ticker symbol MRK. We earned $1.54 from the 2 shares that I own, and we're up about $55 in this position for a gain of about 32% overall. Dividend number 7 coming out on the 8th of July is ticker symbol PM, which is Phillips Morris International. We earned $9.10 from the 7 shares that I own. Average purchase price for those shares is $78.13 a piece, and we are up almost $260 in this position for a gain of about 47.5%. And this company, ticker symbol PM, makes about 2.11% of my entire portfolio. Dividend number 8 coming in on the 9th of July is ticker symbol EMN, which is Eastman Chemical Company. We earned 81 cents from the 1 share that I own. I bought it for $73.12, and we're up $30.21 in this position for a gain of about 41.3% in market value. Dividend number 9 coming out on the 11th of July is ticker symbol GSK, which is a United Kingdom company. We earned $1.89 from the 5 shares that I own, and we're up about 9.8% in this position for a gain of about $17. Dividend number 10 coming in on the 12th of July is ticker symbol MDLZ. We earned $1.70 from the 4 shares that I own. Average purchase price was $58.20 for those shares, and we're about 17.5% in this position. Dividend number 11 coming in on the 12th of July is ticker symbol MDT. We earned $2.10 from the 3 shares that I own. The average purchase price for each one of those shares is $107.70, and we are down about $82 in this position for a loss of about 25.5%. And this company did go ahead and increase their dividend 1 cent from 69 cents a share to 70 cents a share. Dividend number 12 coming out on the 15th of July is ticker symbol O, which is Realty Income Corporation. We earned $2.89 from the 11 shares that I own. The average purchase price for those shares is $61.06, and we are down about $40 in this position for a loss of just shy of 6%. But they went ahead and increased their dividend again, a fraction of a penny, from 26 2/4 cents to 26 3/10 cents. I don't know. You can read. I can't pronounce it the right way. Slight increase, and I will take it. Dividend number 13 coming in again on the 15th of July is ticker symbol STAG, which is Stag Industrial Incorporated. We earned 99 cents from the 8 shares that I own, and we're up about 11% in this position for a gain of about $32.50. Dividend number 14 coming out on the 15th of July is ticker symbol USB. We earned $7.84 from the 16 shares that I own. Average purchase price for those shares is $38.35, and we're up over $104 in this position for a gain of about 17% in market value. Dividend number 15 coming out on the 24th of July is ticker symbol CSCO, which is Cisco Systems. We earned 40 cents from the 1 share that I own. We purchased it for $48.90, and we are down about 45 cents in this position for a loss of just shy of 1% in market value. Dividend number 16 coming in on the 25th of July is ticker symbol EFC, which is Ellington Financial Incorporated. We earned $7.15. We earned $7.15 from the 55 shares that I own, and we're down just under $300 for about a 30% market loss in value. Dividend number 17 coming in on the 26th of July, ticker symbol RITM. We earned $14.25 from the 58 shares that I now own. I keep reinvesting in this company. Average purchase price for those shares now is $9.19 a piece, and we're up over $150 in this position for a gain of just shy of 29% in market value increase. Dividend number 18 coming in on the 29th of July is ticker symbol BNS, which is the Bank of Nova Scotia, Canadian company. We earned $3.25 from the 5 shares that I own, and we're up about $15.80 in this position for a gain of about 7.25% overall. Dividend number 19 coming in on the 29th of July is ticker symbol NYMT, which is New York Mortgage Trust. We earned $10 from the 50 shares of the stock that I own. Average purchase price for those shares is $24.99. I feel like that's wrong, but we are down a lot in this position. I've already sold off half of the shares that I own. But we are at a loss of 74% in this position, about $925. I need to reevaluate this company and see what I'm going to do with them. I've already done that again, and just see how they're doing. They've had a lot of transitions in the last couple of years. I really like this company, but maybe I don't like them that much anymore, because that's a lot. I'm almost down $1,000. More to come on that in future videos. Moving right along, dividend number 20 coming in on the 31st of July, ticker symbol JPM, which is JP Morgan & Chase. I earned $8.05 from the 7 shares that I own. Average purchase price for those shares is $137.23, and we are up almost $529 in this position for a market value gain of about 55%. And this company makes up 3.9% of my entire portfolio, so one of the bigger batches in my basket. You know what I mean. Dividend number 21 coming in again on the 31st of July is ticker symbol LTC. We're in $1.90 from the 10 shares that I own, and we are down about 4.8% in this position for a loss of about $18. Dividend number 22 coming in again on the 31st of July is ticker symbol NLY, company I keep reinvesting in. We earned $29.25 from the 48 shares that I own. Average purchase price is now to $23.10 a piece, and we're at a loss of about $96 in this position, or about 9.15% in market value loss. And then dividend number 23, the last dividend coming in on the 31st of July is ticker symbol TD, which is Toronto Dominion Bank, Canadian bank. So we are earning $1.88 from the 3 shares that I own. Average purchase price for those shares is $60.15, and we are down about $1.43 in this position overall, so not too shabby there. That wraps up the 23 individual dividends that I earned. Let's go ahead and see how all of this impacts the statistics, which is my favorite part of this breakdown, and my goals for my portfolio. Alright, as far as statistics speaking, we saw my dividend yield drop down even more to 3.31%. My goal is about 4%. The dividend yield average per year did increase though, so we are up to $1,263.46. The average dividend yield per month, it jumped up to $105.29. Per week, it'll be $24.30. Per day, we are back up to $3.46 a day. We did see a drop down earlier when my dividend yield dropped drastically because New York Mortgage Trust cut their dividend in half, and it is a big dividend. So that impacted January, but we are finally getting close to catching back up to it. It has been months in the process. If we were to do this an average dividend yield per hour, we'd be making 14 and 4/10 cents, 2/10 of a penny per minute. And then if we were to compare my dividend yield to an average 40-hour work week, we would be making 60 cents and 7/10 cents per hour on average with that. And we can see the average daily dividend yield over time and how that has increased and decreased, and we'll continue this throughout the rest of the year. But I am happy to see we're back up to $105 per month. Even though the dividend yield has dropped down, our dividend actual amount that we're making is still increasing, and that's just going to be based on how much dividend I'm making versus the overall value of my portfolio, which I track in a separate spreadsheet. I do that breakdown of my dividend portfolio every single year. As far as goals, current portfolio value is $38,231. I wanted to reach $34,000 in market value for this year. We have surpassed that by $4,000 and some change. Getting very close to hitting that $38,250 checklist. This is just a way for me to track all these numbers in a long-term visual way, because I'm very visual. For dividends this year, I wanted to earn $1,400. We more than halfway through the year are $759.68. So working closer to hitting that. It is a lofty goal. I'm not sure I'm going to hit it. I want to reach $110 in dividends average yield per month and $3.60 a day in dividend yield. We are up to $3.46 per day and $105.29 per month. So we want to hit here, and we are getting ever so closer to that as money keeps rolling in. But that is going to wrap up my breakdown as far as the individual dividends that I earned for July this last month and how that impacts everything. Even though companies are doing good and not doing good, we are moving forward and checking off these individual goals as we work our way through this, and I'm happy to see that. Fantastic month for me. Good. It's always a good month when I am in the green and I see an increase in market value and I make, over $100 in dividends. Hopefully you guys had a good month as well. I know a lot of you asked for a breakdown of my spreadsheet, just a blank one that you can use. I'm going to do that and post that up on my website. I will link to it down below in the video so that you can download it yourself. I can add it to my Etsy if you don't want to download it off of my website, because I know some people are like, ooh, PDFs or Excel sheets or whatever. So I can do that. You will have to pay money because you cannot put something on Etsy for free. I think it'll be like $1 is the cheapest you can do it. So I will link that as well in case you want to do that and you don't trust my website. Just to help you out with that. Or you're more than welcome to just screenshot this and make your own Excel sheet off of what I'm doing. But whatever works best for you, no harm, no foul. I will link to those below and get those set up because you have requested them a couple of times now and I've been late on that. But alas, before I go into another tangent, we're going to wrap up this video. Had a fantastic month in July. Hoping to do the same in August. And I will check in with you guys next time with my next update in life. So, toodles.